Hello, everyone. I'm Karen Connolly from the Scituate Select Board. This is our weekly news update. It's Monday, September 26th, 2022. Joining me today are Jim Boudreau, our town administrator, and Bill Burkhead, our superintendent of schools. A couple of quick things. I would like to thank everyone on behalf of the board and the town administration for coming to town meeting last week and voting to locate the new water treatment plant. We thank you for your interest in it, and it was approved. So we will be moving forward with that. And other than that, there's a couple of things going on in terms of meetings this week. One is a conservation meeting, commission meeting tonight, and it's virtual only. So you could Zoom in if you'd like. And there is an economic development commission meeting tomorrow evening, and that is in person only at the library, and I believe it's at 6:30. So if you're interested in any of the topics that they're discussing, you're welcome to come and join them at the meeting. Other than that, I'll turn it over to Jim Boudreau.
Good morning. Happy Monday to everybody. I believe this is the last Monday in September, so next time will be in October. Just an update. I've discussed with several people that call me concerned that we are no longer updating our COVID data. Again, that number is available on the state website if you like. And just to be clear, if the numbers start going up dramatically, we will start reporting them again so people know what's going on. But at this point, you need to go to mass.gov, click on COVID-19, and then follow the links for whatever information you're looking for. Water update. First time in a long time we have positive water numbers. The reservoir's at minus 49.75. Last week we were at minus 50. Tac Factory Ponds at minus 11, and last week we were at minus 15.75. Average daily demand was 1.187 million gallons, and that's down from last week's 1.25 million gallons. So we're working in the right direction in terms of that. We are still in a significant drought despite the rainfall. The manganese levels in the reservoir are dropping due to the extra rain and the colder nights. August and September numbers were both below action levels for DEP. The numbers in our distribution system for September range from 0.007 to 0.054 milligrams per liter. The action number for the state is 0.3 milligrams per liter, so we are significantly lower than that in terms of the manganese detection. We will continue to work on that. Those numbers will continue to go down, and we will work with our engineering firms and our departments at DEP to try to come up with a short-term solution for the manganese and the brown water while we work on building a new water treatment plant, which is the eventual answer to the brown water that we're experiencing right now. Rainfall of the last 7 days, 2.32 inches measured at the plant. Selco, our contractor, will be doing some cleanup work over the next week. They'll be loaming and seeding. They'll be making repairs to trenches. Generally, as a rule, we'll let those trenches sit for a year, and then we'll come back next year and either make permanent repairs or pave the road, depending upon the size and the depth of the trench. But we'll be buttoning those projects up for the winter. We do not have any paving scheduled this week. That's caused by the rain we had last week, pushing everybody back off. We are expecting the contractor to come out and do sections of Glades Road and Village Causeway. Right now, those will be scheduled for sometime next week, and we will let people know when it happens. Construction work is still going on Glades Road for the 4 stairways that we have down to Minor Beach. Traffic will remain one way from Gannett to Bailey's Causeway while that construction is going on. That's estimated to go for another 2 to 3 weeks. We talked last week about the consultant for the lighthouse finding significant damage to our lighthouse and our lantern room. We'd originally hoped that that lantern room would be removed the end of this week. Again, due to weather and scheduling, we're now probably looking at the end of next week to take that lantern room off. It will be placed next to the current lighthouse keeper's cottage out there, but we'll let people know as soon as we have a definitive plan on what's going on. We'll make sure that project gets out and people know, so that people don't just drive out to the lighthouse and find the lantern room missing from the top of the building. So everybody should be getting information about that, hopefully beginning of next week. As we reported at town meeting and last week at the selectmen's meeting, we have received 2 additional grants. The Department of Homeland Security Port Security Grant gave us $437,251 for the purchase of a new police safe boat. We appropriated a town share as part of the capital plan at town meeting last week, and when that is ready to go, we will be selling as surplus our current police boat to make up that difference in cost. Commonwealth of Massachusetts Seawall and Dam Removal Fund Construction Grant. We were awarded $5,932,500 to fund 2 of the 4 phases of the Oceanside Seawall Replacement Project. Segment 1 is 355 linear feet. Segment 2 is 347 linear feet, for a total of 702 linear feet of the 1,428 or so linear feet of the project. The project allocates 3.6 million in FY23 and 2,332,500 in FY24. And there are no matching funds required from the town. The third phase was authorized at the town meeting April 22nd in the amount of $4 million in town funds. Scituate Police Department will be hosting a blood drive to remember and honor those fighting cancer on Saturday, October 15th, 2022 from 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. The blood drive will take place at the Public Safety Complex, 800 Chief Justice Cushing Highway in the side parking lot. The Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, Brigham and Women's Hospital Bloodmobile will be on site. Appointments are recommended. Walk-ins will be taken if time allows. Information on registering for the appointments will be available on the town website. So if you're around, it's a great opportunity. The state and the Commonwealth is in dire need of blood donations. So please, if you have the opportunity, please sign up and give blood on the 15th. Finally, as we said every week, we're still looking for plow drivers. We've raised our rates. We're competitive or higher than pretty much every town around us. So if you have a plow and you're looking to get some plow driving in, please contact the DPW before the start of winter. We can get you signed up and ready to go for when the snow flies. And that's what I have for this morning.
Thank you, Jim. Now on to Mr. Burkhead.
Thank you, Ms. Conley, and welcome everybody. Good morning. Happy Monday. School update today. We'll start with a new Hadley Cushing MSBA school building project update. We are excited to begin the second phase of that project, which is the schematic design and feasibility study from the Mass School Building Authority, which is the MSBA. Our new owner's project manager, which is Vertex, is now on board to guide and support our work. Vertex is no stranger to Scituate, as they were involved in the Scituate's safety community building recently built and the new senior center projects. So familiarity with the town and location nearby is two key informational points that were helpful to us choosing Vertex as our OPM. Today at 5:30 p.m., the building committee, which represents this project, consisting of community members, town members, school members, and our OPM will be meeting for the first time for an overview of the project, the timeline, and to meet our new project manager, Vertex. So that's at 5:30 in the library at the high school. The next step for the project is to make the big decision of choosing an architect, and we'll have more detailed information as that comes up. So all good news there, and we're off and running. Speaking of facilities, last week we invited the select board and the school committee to take a tour across our schools to share progress on our capital projects. We've had a busy summer, been busy last couple of years getting things ready. And if you remember 2 years ago in our school budget, we created a maintenance allocation line item. The first year was 125,000 and this year it was 250,000. So we wanted to show folks firsthand of how we're spending that money and being good stewards of the taxpayers' money, taking care of our current buildings. And so I'd like to thank school committee members, Nicole Brandolini, Carrie Bukowski, Peter Gates, as well as select board member Andrew Goodrich for attending that. If you're familiar with our Thursday Thoughts, that was our monthly newsletter that went out to our community to update folks on school events. This year, we're changing that slightly to be a monthly spotlight edition, and which will dive more deeply into specific topics that we think are valuable for our school community to understand. So no worries if you weren't at the tour or if you'd like to take the tour. We're going to have the spotlight feature all the things, all our capital projects, all our maintenance projects that are in the works, completed, or scheduled. Again, to show that we're keeping up to date on the capital monies allotted to the school, and that actual structures are being put in place that are beautifying and keeping our schools safe and strong for the future. So we're looking forward to getting that out. That'll be out very soon, so pay attention for that. And next I have up special education. We recently received commendation from the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education that our special education programs are all in compliance with the state. No demerits, if you will. In the past, we have received those, we fixed them, and over the course of the last 3 years, have now a spotless record, which shows that we're performing at a high level for our students with special needs. So congratulations to all our staff and to Dr. Bobert, who leads that special education department. And a couple final things, just a reminder, I said this last week, we've got a brand new website, and it's very simple, scit.org. And it's in the process of being improved, so that'll probably be finished by January, but it's up and running with all the important information you need. Highly recommend, folks, that go to the bottom of any page in the bottom right corner to get the app for your phone. It is fits all phones, and that's the way we're going to be communicating this year, where it will just be a notification right to your phone. It'll ping. You can join up for a specific school, or you could join up for the district news, or all of the above. And we've been sending things out. Our numbers have gone over 1,000 mobile app users and climbing. So I want to thank all those folks that have gotten that, but it's a really good way so that you're not having to go on the website and search for things that are happening in our school will proactively be sent to you very conveniently on your phone in short tidbits that you can read a couple of sentences and then decide whether to go to the website to read more about it. So we're very proud of that. And that's been an investment we've been working on for over a year. Finally, a couple of sailor shout-outs. I'd like to thank all the parents and caregivers that attended all of our Scituate Public Schools expectation nights that we ran over the course of last week. Attendance was the biggest I've seen. Obviously, in the 3 years, it was great to see families and students back in the buildings, meeting the teachers. The teachers and administrators did a wonderful job of preparing, a lot of positive energy. So thank you, everyone, for making the commitment to do that. And finally, as Mr. Boudreau had mentioned, I want to thank everybody that turned out for town meeting. It was a packed house. Not living in the town, I was very impressed with the turnout, with the respectful debate that was held, and of course for supporting school funding that were in Articles 3, 4, and 5. I want to thank everybody for that as well. Have a great week, everyone, and thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Jim. I would be remiss if I didn't remark on the fact that the schools having a maintenance budget is very important. It's been a topic of conversation for many years. And as the town as well has a maintenance plan, which hopefully will result in our buildings being much better taken care of than they had been in the past. So I know we all appreciate the efforts people make to keep our buildings up to date and beautiful. And with that, I'll say, have a great week.